guys, what's going on? It's In the Gym with Team MassiveJoes. Trainers, some shoulders, baby. With my brother and I and MassiveJoes wholesale account manager, Joel Bate, aka Swole Bate, aka the Swole Bear.
What's up, guys?
And a very special guest to be introduced shortly. We're training some shoulders at one of our preferred fitness facilities at the moment, Swole Bate, the all-new Anytime Fitness up at Blackwood, my brother.
Mm-hmm. Bit of a trip up the hill, but it's a good gym, that's for sure.
It's a delicious gym, man. And while we're giving you a bit of a tour of this fine fitness facility, got to also introduce my man with the special comments, Nevosh.
Hello.
The special comments special.
There always has to be one. But seriously, fellas, check out this gym, man. There's one thing with Anytime Fitnesses is usually they got like the weights area, the cardio area, and not a lot else. This up in here, this is Anytime Fitness Blackwood, man. They got the two group exercise, group training studios, aka posing rooms.
Well, yeah, posing rooms, guys. The females would call them a class to do like
spin cycles and yoga and Pilates and shit. And who is that, Swole?
That is Mike Pearson.
Is
the
that
Viking?
No.
It is.
Could that be
massive man?
2014 Junior Mr. Universe, Big Mike Pearson, aka the Viking?
AKA the Viking.
We're in for some destruction this shoulder workout, man.
Yeah, and he's a young guy, man. What is he? He's 21?
I don't care how old he is.
He's a monster.
He's
Absolute
a monster.
Huge guy.
Monster of a human.
Nicest guy you'll meet, but he is a monster.
Anyway, started this shoulder workout off. Now, this is a cool shoulder workout, viewers at home. You should play along at home, man. This is a cool shoulder workout. Started off with a pre-exhaust lateral raise. So what we did here, Swole, was we started at the 4 kilo dumbbells.
4 kilos.
And we did 10 sets, and every set goes up by 2 kilos, and you have to get 20 reps. But the catch is you have to go as high as you possibly can with your reps. So you guys would have just seen me there at the start, I think it was like 8 kilos. I was coming all the way up, getting a full round the world, full range of motion, and then obviously as the weight goes up, you're not going to be able to get as great a range of motion.
Yeah. It's a great way to start a workout, especially if you really want to hit those medial delts. You think, you start with the 4s, and by the time you get to the 8 kilo dumbbells, you're 3 sets in, you've got a massive pump in your shoulders. Yeah, man. So, and by the time you do the 10 sets, you're up to the 22s, and trying to do lateral raises with the 22s once you're that fatigued is really tough, but I think Mike got it at about 20 reps straight up.
Look at the Viking.
It's pretty much all partial reps, really.
Oh, you're there, Neve?
I am.
Oh, you do throw in a special comment every now and again.
I still want to say hello, but you guys took the microphone.
I think you were just in awe of the young Viking here, mate.
I am. He is a rather large human being.
Yeah, very young, very large human being.
So then once we finished off, we hit 200 reps, 10 sets of 20 with those standing lateral raises, man. We went into a rear delt superset, starting with this here cable rope face pull, supersetting into the bent over dumbbell rear delt lateral raises, man.
As you and I actually said during the week, Joe, this is probably our favourite superset for the old rear delts.
Yeah, it is, man.
This with the rear delt fly.
Yeah,
and as you guys might have just seen, I wasn't actually pulling. I wasn't doing face pulls, man. It was more like a row that Big Mike showed me. The Viking.
That's a made-up name.
He showed me a little bit of a different technique, man, and I tried it, and it really does hit your rear delts. It was just a little bit different. Rather than pulling to your head, you're pulling more towards your armpits or to your chest.
Yeah, what weight you got there for them rear delt flies, Swole?
I think they're the 8s, man.
The 8s, man.
And that was it.
And I got to say, this is a good point. We got to emphasize this shit, man, because a lot of guys, when they do the rear delt fly, they load up like 20, 30 kilo dumbbells, man, and the form is shit.
Yeah.
And you being Mr. Textbook, you can't. That's not a big muscle group you're hitting there, man.
It's a tiny one, and it's really hard to isolate it as well because all those big, strong back muscles will take over straight away. So you're better off just going light and hitting that technique properly. As you can see, Mike is hitting the rear delts. Viking. You need to get him a helmet.
We do, just to remind you.
Get him a helmet and a sword and a ship that he can park out the front of the gym.
Was he playing Clash of Clans in between sets?
Yeah, he was. Yeah, he actually does. I think is he in your clan?
He is. He's the Barbarian King.
He doesn't live in Adelaide. He lives in Melbourne, in Ballarat. And the way that he travelled to Adelaide, most people would take a plane or a car. Viking sailed in on a ship, mate.
He took the long route. It took about 2 weeks. But he was standing on the front, coming into port, standing up with his sword up the front of the ship when it sailed in.
Mate, I heard he was doing the Kate Winslet from Titanic. Then we moved on to these here barbell upright row swap.
Yeah, we did, and it's just so this is our first compound movement. As you can see, we haven't done any presses yet in the workout. It's because, you know, Joe and I believe that you hit your deltoid, your anterior delts a lot when you're doing chest and a lot of other exercises. So you don't really need to emphasize them too much. So we'll do some presses later. So this is our first compound exercise, and I think we started off getting around 15 reps and just pyramided up.
Plus, these upright rows are real good for your trap development as well.
Yeah,
and I need all the help I can get with traps, man. I get trolled more on my lack of traps on Instagram than anything else.
Now, you'll have a look here. Mike's actually got a bit of a different technique, but with his upright rows, it's almost like a front raise / upright row, but even he says he's put together weird, and he just does the stuff the way it feels right for him. And, you know, the size of his deltoids, mate, I'm not going to argue with him.
And I got to say, on that point, Swole, for how old is he? 21, 22?
21, yeah.
For a 21-year-old to have that kind of mentality already, most 21-years will just go into the gym and do exercises as they're told to do them.
Yeah.
But Mike is a really good example, obviously having a physique as developed as his at such a young age, is that you can feel free to alter movements and exercises that work better for your physique.
Yeah.
You know, if you do something a little different and it hits that particular muscle group a little better than how you've been told to do it,
yeah,
it, man.
Yeah, absolutely. You've got to do whatever works for you. And as you can see, we got into the machine shrugs next. And if you have a look on this, there's two 20-kilo plates, so 80 kilos.
Once again, nothing heavy. You see guys hop in the gym doing shrugs with 200 kilos, man.
Exactly.
Form up to shit. Hit no traps.
Yep. And that's
no traps.
The emphasis really.
None.
Just want to make sure you
zero traps.
Squeezing these up. You want to feel like your traps are coming up right towards your ears. So, yeah, especially if you really want to gain like some muscle in your traps, drop the weight a little bit and focus on your technique.
There's a lot of people, as you said before, aren't getting enough of that squeeze and getting that pause at the top. Instead, they're just getting the 2 centimeter range of motion, and the weight's almost falling back to the ground.
Yeah, exactly. And you know, they throw their knees into it and all this other shit, and yeah, it's just all about technique. And as you can see now, this is our last exercise. We went into some barbell presses, so.
That's it,
as you can see with the Viking, I think he repped out like 15 at 60 kilos, and I got 3 or 4, I think. I was just toast by this time.
And by this stage of the workout, man, the deltoids we've hit all heads of the deltoid. We start off with the rear, with the side, with the lateral, the middle. Then we hit the rear. Then we went and hit the front and the middle with upright rows. We hit the traps. The deltoids are fried.
Yeah.
So doing this overhead press, this barbell overhead press last, man, is almost like an isolation for the front delts.
And as you can see here, I reckon I get 3 or 4 reps at 15
Nah,
kilos.
you textbook, man. Look at them reps.
But I don't try to take...
Look at those. Those reps are clean.
Textbook. Look at the elbows in. Textbook front delt.
Yeah, I've been trying. I'm trying.
Check them out. And while you're checking them out, man, you can check out all of our workouts on the MassiveJoes website. Link is in the description box. Go try some of our shoulder workouts. Help you get some gains. Don't forget to hit the subscribe button. Subscribe to our YouTube channel, stay up to date with all the latest editions of In the Gym with Team MassiveJoes and all the other deliciousness on the YouTube where we're coming to and from Swole.
MassiveJoes.com.
Stay massive.
Yeah.